Good day, family, and welcome to today's episode of the Market Compass. Our forex focus on this particular video is going to be on the GBPJPY, and diving straight into what we have for this market. On the monthly time frame, seeing a potential strong bullish price action on the GPY. We can see that for the past how many months now we've been heavily bullish. If at all we're going to see some retracement, it's going to just be a little retracement depending on when we capture these highs. Short to the end of the year, I'm heavily bearish on the Japanese yen. All right, so if we're bearish on the Japanese yen and looking at it to the GBPJPY, that means it's going to be potential bullish GBPJPY. So coming down to the daily time frame, this is exactly what I have on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, we have our structure to be very much clear, to be these particular lows and these highs, and we are going to see, I'm rooting for potential sweep of these particular lows into this imbalance for a continuation to the upside. All right, I'm looking out for a potential sweep on that lows for a continuation to the upside. Easy targets we're going to have are the targets that is just the targets resting above them. All right, so relating this to what we have on the weekly time frame, we're going to see that on the weekly time frame we have some very much interesting points here, which again to me is going to be the gaps just right here. All right, I would really want to see price retest that gap again before we begin to see that bullish price action, which is this gap right here. All right, so I'm predicting, or I'm speculating that by the open of the week we should actually see some bearish price action into these levels before we start seeing some heavy price action all the way to the upside right here. Okay, so if that is exactly what we are going to be expecting on this asset, coming down to the daily time frame in relation to the quarter point levels, we can see that we are reacting. In short, we are currently at the quarter point levels, and its price, for the past 2 days have just been stalling right around that quarter point levels. It's going to make much sense to me actually for price to retest this quarter point levels before we now attempt to go for these quarter point levels and beyond. That's exactly what I'm looking out for in price action. So, and right below the quarter point levels, we have some areas of, we have that gap or imbalance right there. So to make sense to me to see by Monday, Tuesday, bearish price action into these levels, maybe around this quarter point levels, then we can now begin to find our potential buying opportunities. Now, what exactly is going to influence my buying opportunity? It's actually going to be the 4-hour shift in structure. I would love to see that after we capture this particular lows into these quarter point levels or into this gap, to fill this gap, it's going to really make much sense for me to see that 4 hours evidence before I execute. No 4 hours evidence, no reason for me to execute this trade. All right, so let's keep an eye on this. On Monday, potential sales continuation on Monday is exactly what I'm looking out for. And if we're going to be looking at that potential sell continuation on Monday, I'll be looking at playing this imbalance right here. I remember discussing it on our Friday review session, and I'll be looking at this imbalance as a point of interest for me to see price come in here maybe by Monday Asian session and sell for the rest of the day, aiming for these lows, aiming for this particular lows, and potentially also the lows that is just resting right here till we get to the quarter point levels that is all the way below. Then we can now begin to expect that 4 hours evidence before we can now start buying again to the upside. So I want you guys to just treat safe, clap easy, don't blow your accounts in this week. Wait for the market to come to you, wait for that particular reactions. Without the evidence, don't engage. Sure, the best evidence to wait for at this imbalance is a shift in structure on the 15 minutes time frame. So I'm patiently watching the 15 minutes time frame. If I don't get that 15 minute time frame structural shift, then I will not have a reason to sell. So I'm just waiting. We already have these potential higher highs and not a higher low yet. This is not a higher low yet because we've not gotten a close above this. So we have this higher highs, higher lows, and higher highs. So is it that we close below and then I begin to look for my sales, or we continue going bullish at least during the Asian session on Monday, creating these highs, lows, potential higher highs, and then maybe that break of structure, and then I can now begin to look for my selling opportunities. Easy targets are going to be these lows and also the lows, the equal lows resting here, and potentially these lows that we also have here. All right, so I would want you to just keep your eyes on that. No reaction or no evidence, no reaction. So if you don't see that evidence, just wait for price to print it before you engage in this particular market. All right, so having said that, I hope you've learned a few things. Please, if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section. During the course of this week, I'm also going to be dropping updates on this particular trade in the Telegram group, in the free Telegram community. Link is in the description box. So I hope you found value in this video. Please, if you did, Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and share with your friends also. So I wish you guys a prosperous and a fruitful month in the month of November, and also a profitable week this week. Cheers to a great week. Shalom, shalom.